Hello and welcome back. This is Insti and I'm continuing playing Agatha Christie Evil Under the Sun. Yes, I think we need to go back to the island to make it a little test. What is this? To open the bottle or see if somebody can open it. What is this? Completely unmarked. Okay, I have to probably go through the pharmacy and make a experiment and see what it is. But I think we have two documents we need to read. Okay, notes on Corrigan case file. Okay. Oh, sorry, my nose itches. Victim Alice Corrigan, 32, resident of Totnes. Victim's body was discovered by a young woman hiker, Elizabeth Stride, in a small wooded area approximately a half-mile south of Totnes train station at 11:15 a.m. on 20th May 1940. It was later determined she had been strangled with a pair of powerful hands, and the coroner's jury returned a verdict of murder by person or persons unknown. Stride, a schoolteacher from Bath, was able to set the time of the discovery by the St. Bartholomew's church bell marking the quarter hour. Victim's husband, Edward Corrigan, informed police that they expected to be met by his wife when he arrived on the 11:30 from London. What? Informed police that they expected to be met by his wife when he arrived on the 11:30 from London. Okay, I think that makes sense. She often crossed through the woods on her way from their cottage into town. Corrigan had a possible motive. He inherited close to 5,000 upon the death of his wife. Corrigan's alibi, however, is ironclad. He was definitely placed by both conductor Peter Michaels and another passenger, Arthur Geibel, a member of the town council, on board the train at the time of the murder. The train arrived in Totnes on schedule at 11:30. Due to the similarities between this crime and the murder in Brixham of 15-year-old schoolgirl Melly Parsons on 30th April, an attempt to link the two victims was made without success. To date, no arrests have been made, and there are no serious suspects. Interesting. Report on Mr. North. Jesper Allen North, 3715 Green Lane, London. North has a long and varied criminal history, beginning with loitering with intent and car theft at age 14. From there, he graduated to driving for criminal gangbase in Whitechapel. Taken in charge in 1921 on suspicion of driving a car in the Cadbury bank robbery, released, suspected of being the driver in the 1923 Royston armored car job, no charges filed, arrested since then on various charges ranging from smuggling to assault and battery, currently reported to be working for one of London's top drug rings as a trafficker and distributor. Well, that's interesting. Well, there's a good reason, maybe, to murder someone. Although that also causes more doubts around you. Okay. So, let's see. Can I can. Why didn't I do that last time? Maybe cosmetics. I'll start with that. Or drugs, maybe.
The liquid in the unmarked bottle from Madame Marshall's bath is the color that made her hair such a striking shade.
So it was cosmetics. Okay. So she colored her hair. Oh, her splat. Advisor alibi sailing. Well, yes. But he could still be. Although, if the death was quite close when the others came to the. Mr. Redfern came there, so they probably would have seen the sailing boat.
Like
Maybe.
a ride to the island?
Yes.
Yes, please.
Let's be off then. What a lot of police going back and forth. I guess it's true then. Murder's been done. I heard it was that actress lady, Arlena Stewart, who died. Good to have that Colonel Weston in charge. He'll soon get to the bottom of things. And I brought over Dr. Neasden as well. He does the autopsies at the hospital in Kingsbridge. Hard to believe that such a thing could happen here. I don't think there's been a death on the island since Tom Cutter was hung 3 centuries ago.
Okay. Oh, right. We need to find the thing that was thrown towards one of the ladies. Can't remember. Let's see. What am I doing here? Do I need to go upstairs? I want to go... Well, Katherine Redfern is somewhere here. Where was it? Can I... Oh! Can I... Do I need to talk to her? Well, if I'm testing those thingies, I might start with her because she's there.
Mademoiselle, there is a favor you could do for Poirot. Would you be willing to help with an experiment?
What kind of experiment?
Or would you be so kind as to open the jar for me, please? Ah, I see you mean to prove your theory that no woman would have the strength to strangle Madame Marshall.
Can't do it, sir. It's on there ever so tight.
Would you mind asking one of the ladies at the hotel to open it?
Why a lady? Surely any of the sturdier gents could do it.
Well, Hastings, this is your plan. What do you say to that?
Tell her you have a phobia about other men opening jars for you.
What? Oh, that is absurd. She will think Poirot is a lunatic.
If you won't do it, I win my point. No woman could have throttled Arlena Marshall.
Mademoiselle Gladys, that is to say, I have the tiniest of phobias about other men opening jars for me. As unbelievable as that sounds.
Oh, no, sir. I believe it. Coming from you, I'll give it a go.
Who shall I have try it?
Okay. Who should... I'm thinking Brewster could do it. I think she was the dance teacher. Darnley was the... What was her... She was the... typewriter... Oh, fashion designer. Mrs. Castle, maybe? Well, to be honest, it could be almost anyone except maybe Linda Marshall. But I'm leaning towards these two. I'll start with Redfern. And then Miss Brewster. And... well, I don't know. I'm not certain if we are going to test everyone. We do have 2 jars. We do have 2 jars. The varnish and the bottle. So I'll try with the Redfern first.
Christine Redfern.
Either there are 2 people who can open the bottles or there's only one. Okay, she disappeared like a ghost. But yes, how do we get the thing that was thrown towards the one of the ladies? Anything changed here?
I'm not really in the mood to talk at the moment.
Okay. Anyone in here? Oh, you weren't here earlier. I can talk to him. Fine.
I must speak with you.
Sir, Colonel Weston says I should answer any questions you might have. Murder. Isn't it horrible?
It is indeed. What can you tell me about the murder?
Nothing. Nothing at all. I had to go rake that tennis court again this morning. I was there from 10:30 until several of the guests turned up to play around 12. Can you believe somebody had been digging it up?
Well, that is terrible. I am sorry you were put to so much trouble.
Oh, that's all right. It's not as if you did it.
This is a washout. He knows nothing.
He can still be useful, Hastings. See if you can find out how.
Okay. Do you know anything of fifth columnists operating along this coast? Well, obviously he doesn't know. I saw Tom Cutter's ghost last night. He told me he will be the Navy frogman soon. Oh, diver. Why do we want to know that? What can you tell me? Do I need him to swim or do something for me? Oh, right. Did the lady say that the thing is too deep, so she won't die? Is that the idea? Well, I'll check.
You told me you will be the Navy frogman soon.
Yes, sir. I hope this murder doesn't hold things up.
You can swim deep as well as fast?
I should hope so.
Mademoiselle Brewster tells me something was thrown into the rocky bath. Do you think you could swim down and find it?
I suppose I could under ordinary circumstances, but this murder has right unmanned me. If I had something that would brace me up, that might do it. Liquid courage, if you catch my meaning.
Well done, Hastings. We now know the service George can perform for us. We lack only the means to enlist his aid. Merci, Monsieur George. I will speak with you again.
You know where to find me, sir.
So you want to be drunk while diving, okay? But I do have rum.
I'm afraid I need some time to myself.
Right. So it's... Can I get something from the bar, maybe? And while we're at it, I'll go check if the Gladys is back before we go to the bar. I don't know what it takes to her to appear. Oh, she's here.
Any luck with the opening of the jar, mademoiselle?
Mrs. Redfern couldn't budge the lid.
Thank you very much, Mademoiselle Gladys.
My pleasure, sir.
Who shall I have tried?
Well, Brewster then. I'm guessing she can open
Mademoiselle
it.
Brewster.
And while we're at it, I'll go and check if he can get something to drink for the guy, so he can be sloshed when he's trying to dive the stuff. Oh, you're here. Can I talk to you about murder?
Afternoon, Mr. Poirot. Terrible thing, this murder. I hope you get to the bottom of it. Need a little stimulation to help you think? Choose from the menu if you like.
I say, some tasty concoctions here, Poirot.
Absinthe Flynn, absinthe, cointreau, lemon juice, egg, sugar. Brandy Alexander, brandy, crème de cacao, cream and nutmeg, sorry. Gin fizz, gin, lemon juice, sugar. May West, brandy, egg yolk, powdered sugar, cayenne pepper, old fashioned, bourbon soda, Angostura bitter, sugar cube, orange slices, Planters punch, light rum, dark rum, triple sec, grenadine, lime juice, orange juice, pineapple juice, sidecar, brandy, cointreau, lemon juice, vodka gimlet, vodka lime juice. I want this. There's so much rum.
Sorry, sir. All out of dark rum and grenadine, I'm afraid. Blame George. It's his favourite drink.
Allow me the contribution.
Dark rum. I can certainly use this. Thank you, sir.
I say, some tasty concoctions here, Poirot.
Oh. So George wants that. What do I need?
Sorry, sir. All out of dark rum and grenadine, I'm afraid. Blame George. It's his favourite drink.
Allow me their contribution.
Cough syrup? I can't serve cough syrup to my customers.
I say, some tasty concoctions here, Poirot.
Right, so I have... I didn't think it worked, but it worked. So we are giving him a cough syrup with rum. Oh,
Afternoon, Mr.
I say.
Sorry, sir. All out of dark rum and grenadine, I'm afraid. Blame George. It's his favourite drink.
Allow me their contribution.
Grenadine? I can't imagine where you found it, but thank you, sir. This will do nicely. I can now make Planter's Punch again.
to be honest, don't ask.
There you go.
Merci.
Okay, so now we have Planter's Punch, and we are not drinking it, but to be honest, I wouldn't give that to the George anyways, because he has to die, but we are doing it so we can get some evidence or something. I'm guessing it's evidence, because why would it be there? No, I wasn't supposed to go here. And she's not back yet, so let's go and talk to George. I'm guessing we will meet Gladys after that. Unless somebody killed Gladys. Poor old Gladys. But I shouldn't think so. There shouldn't be another murder. If this is going by the book. Hello. So you want something to drink it before you take a dip?
A planter's punch. This will do nicely. Thank you, sir. That certainly restored my nerves wonderfully. Now then, you had a bit of diving you wanted me to do. No luck yet, sir, but I'll have another go. This it, sir? Just a small glass bottle?
Well, that is interesting. Empty bottle, and it is difficult to determine what this bottle once contained. So something we need to test again. Before we do that, let's go inside and check if we can see the Gladys and know what, get something done. Oh, she's back.
Any luck with the opening of the jar, mademoiselle?
Miss Brewster opened it right up. Gosh, she's strong.
Merci beaucoup, mademoiselle. You have done an excellent job.
What should I do with the jar?
It is yours. Take it as well with the sincere thanks of Hercule Poirot.
Phobias must be a heavy burden to bear.
Which jar we gave her? The varnish or the... Oh, at least the bath salt, not the varnish. Wait, what? It is not sealed tight. We have both of them. And apparently we are not testing more. So what we do now is we need to probably go back and analyze what we found from the broken bottle. Or empty bottle, I mean. And then I hope something happens, because I'm starting to...
Hello? Need the sea tractor, do you?
Yes, I do.
Yes, please.
On me way. I hope you don't mind, Mr. Poirot, but Gladys told me about your phobia. How you don't want gents opening jars for you and such. I sympathise with you. I've an uncle who had a phobia about opening doors. If there was no one around to open a door for him, he'd try crawling through a window instead. Then he got stuck in a window once and wouldn't go near them either. He lives in a tent outside Swansea now. Bitter cold some nights, but he seems happy at last.
Thanks for the info. By the by, do you have that thing I asked? Don't look so sad.
Like a ride to the island?
Okay, so not
No,
yet.
merci.
And yeah, I can't check anything, so we don't have it yet. I'm guessing we can use the compass probably in the caves. Maybe. And let's open the book first. And there's the empty bottle. Drugs.
I am sorry, mon ami.
Okay, it's not. Cosmetics, maybe?
The bottle thrown from the balcony, it contained artificial suntan.
Well, my game crashed, which means I have to do everything I did again, so I do those. I'm not bothering with you guys on that part, and I need to remember to make a save and see if that helps. If not, then I probably have to dial again the graphics settings and hope we can go through that part. Because I'm guessing there was going to be an in-game video. Anyways, when we next see, we are close back to the pharmacy and trying to do the same thing we were doing earlier, okay? Okay, I'm back and I'm gonna change the graphic settings so we hopefully... No, I'm not taking that off. So, I'm gonna do the test now. And hopefully we can get through. So it was cosmetics, I think.
The bottle thrown from the balcony, it contained artificial suntan.
Alright, I didn't test the bath salts. Oh, unmarked bottle this time because I decided to do that while I do everything else. So, what can I do with the broken pipe? Nothing at the moment, at least. So, unmarked bottle. So, somebody used suntan. That's curious. Why?
The liquid in the unmarked bottle from Madame Marshall's bath is the color that made her hair such a striking shade. Eh bien, Hastings, we progress most satisfactorily. The course now is to identify and to remove the red herrings that obscure our true path. Where have our investigations taken us? I will remind you of those moments I consider the most important. You, of course, must decide which pertain to the murder of Elena Stewart, which are additional crimes that, while they may have no bearing on the murder, must still be solved, and what we still must learn before all questions are answered and the guilty unmasked. Are you ready, mon ami?
As ready as I'll ever be, I suppose. But could I have my sixth clue to the secret of the finger of suspicion first?
Alright.
But of course, the sixth clue is telephone.
Telephone. Let's see what we have so far then. Power, lamp, desk, drawer, magnet, and now telephone.
Okay.
Thank you, Poirot. I'm ready to hear what you consider important about what we've learned so far.
First, what are the mysteries we are trying to unravel?
Obviously the murder.
The murder of Elena Marshall.
Of primary importance. We will explore the possible suspects presently, but let us take a moment for motive. What are your thoughts on the reason Elena Marshall was murdered?
Maybe jealousy?
Jealousy.
More than one person would have reason to object to her attentions to Monsieur Redfern.
Millie Parsons.
The murder of Millie Parsons.
We now know enough of the circumstances in the crime to point towards a killer with motive and opportunity. The anthropology instructor, Gideon Fell. And unless Mr. Fell is on Seadrift Island or in Leathercombe Bay in disguise, he is not a suspect in Arlena Marshall's murder.
Yet there were several persons who either intimately or peripherally involved in the case on Seadrift Island.
True, and 2 points remain to be cleared up. Can you name them?
I'll go with is Linda Marshall involved in voodoo, but it could be this also. Basically, I don't think there's a correct answers. It's just you answer what you think, and Poirot tells you, because these two both are correct in some points.
Is Linda Marshall involved in voodoo?
The signs seem to point in that direction, I am afraid. Once we hear from Miss Porter and learn what Mademoiselle Marshall hides in her puzzle box, we will have our final answers, I think.
Was Gideon Fell the man you mentioned in your story of voodoo?
The one who awakens in the night in the greatest of fear? Yes, it was he.
Because of voodoo?
Is it so hard to accept? If you accept that he himself believed in the power of voodoo?
The murder of Alice Corrigan.
The murder of Alice Corrigan.
We know little of the details of this case. Only that the husband was implicated and cleared due to the unbreakable alibi. And this crime was committed near Brixham as well. It may yet prove to be connected to the Millie Parsons case.
I thought the police proved that Fell couldn't have been the killer.
There may be another connection, Hastings. Do not rule it out.
Another connection. No, I don't think it's these. Because, again, I'm almost certain the only one who's doing something is Mrs. Castle, for the so-called fifth columnist. Voodoo is neither here nor there. Bullets are Mr. Blatt. But these might be close. I'll go with the Mr. North. Well,
The birdwatcher, Mr. North.
Yes, the report from Scotland Yard, which I hope you have read. It tells us he is the smuggler. But of what? Is he allied with the Fifth Communists? Or someone else?
Did he say communist? I think he meant columnist. I might have heard wrong. The ghost of Tom Cutter?
The ghost of Tom Cutter.
Yes, the ghost who is not the ghost. Do you have any theories as to who the ghost might be?
Well, to be honest, I have two possibilities. Mr. North or Horace Blatt. Why Horace Blatt? Basically, because we have that cave area which can be opened but with a winch, which Horace Blatt has.
Horace Blatt.
Ah, you too are suspicious of the blustery Monsieur Blatt. He certainly bears watching, that one.
Am I going through all these?
Voodoo on Seadrift Island.
Yes, and we have the indications it is being practiced here, and by young Mrs. Marshall.
The activities of fifth columnists.
Yes, it seems clear that Mrs. Castle watches. but not in the name of England.
Bullets and Mr. Blatt.
Yes, Monsieur Blatt is shot at, but fails to mention the fact. Shot at by whom?
A German U-boat?
Possibly. If it were the authorities, I am sure Colonel Weston would have been informed. Yet he did not find the incident of sufficient interest to tell anyone. He even makes up the transparent lie of storm damage. Why? Yes, all of these mysteries still bedevil us to greater or lesser degree. Now I will list the characters in our little drama. Do you believe that we can eliminate anyone from any of the mysteries we pursue?
Let's go Gladys Narracott.
Gladys Narracott.
Can Gladys have slipped away from her duties at the hotel long enough to commit the crime? It is possible. But when faced with what she believed was her young man's unfaithfulness, her character drove her to sorrow, not murder. Besides, she suspected it was Linda Marshall who was playing up to Will, not Elena.
Okay. Let's see. Mrs. Hughes, Albert, Bagby. Who was Bagby? The problem is too many names. I can't remember who's Bagby. Bagby. Is he the one of the persons on the mainland? So I'll say he's not in it.
Albert Bagby.
Of course. While the Monkshead pub does not open until 11, Monsieur Bagby could not have made his way to Cutter's Cove and back again in 20 minutes.
And these are mostly our staff. And to be honest, we have a little dilemma. We're not actually talking to these staff persons quite a lot. Henry Bailey, I think, is he the one who keeps the bar? We only talk him with, twice. So basically, by that logic, because we are not talking to them, they are not in it.
Henry Bailey.
The estimable barman. I myself can testify that he was in the bar during the time of the murder.
Okay. And Strum. Oh, right, he's George Strum, the groundskeeper. Groundskeeper, Veli.
George Strum.
His hands? They are certainly hands most powerful. And George may have abandoned the raking of the tennis court long enough to commit the crime. But his movements are well known to all, in case he is needed on the bathing beach. He could not count on his absence being overlooked. And again, of course, where is his motive?
Honestly, are all of these persons who cannot be the murderers, most definitely? Basically, yeah. Colonel Weston is the one who's studying this. Mrs. Hughes is the one who runs the post office and whatnot. Will Jenks...
All of the above.
Yes, Hastings, you can now dispense with the, how you call them, the players of the bits? Now we can focus on the true suspects. Now let us turn our attention to the more likely suspects. Which is your choice as murderer?
The problem is, I think I already know. Unless they change this. So I'm not going to... Because I have seen the movie, I've read the book, I know the person who did it. And if they have not changed it, I could choose it right here, but I'm not going to do that because I don't want to spoil it. So I'll pick some name there, which could be interesting. I know it's not Linda Marshall. Definitely not Linda Marshall. Although Hilary Castle is a new character in this game, so there's always that. Who was Darnley? Oh, fashion designer. Okay. Oakley Gardner.
Oakley Gardner.
The likable Mr. Gardner, who takes so long to find the knitting wool and who was ruined by Arlena Marshall?
Oh, am I going through these all? Okay.
Carrie Gardner.
Another who is hiding something? Would she strike down the woman who ruined her husband's business?
Major Barry.
For Major Barry, a man who has lived through the violence of war, an obsession rebuffed by Madame Marshall may indeed have turned to more violence.
Okay, so we're just clicking these names.
Horace
Okay.
Blatt.
It is true the man has secrets. He would also have had the opportunity to slip quietly ashore at Cutter's Cove and depart in his sailboat during the time of the murder.
So I don't know what's the point of this question because,
Emily Brewster.
well,
The athletic Mademoiselle Brewster is a woman strong enough to strangle another, as your experiment proved? And we have not determined a sufficient alibi for her, I think. And yet, she is another like Monsieur Blatt, par example, who apparently has no motive for the crime at all.
well, to be honest, I do understand why we are going to do this because Poirot is telling us the possible motives.
Hilary Castle. Arlena could have figured out that she was betraying her country.
Self-preservation. I did not see among her many attractive qualities any indication that Mrs. Marshall possessed the instincts of a detective. Still, it is a possibility.
Well, maybe she saw something she wasn't supposed to.
Rosamund Darnley.
The murder of empathy, to protect the man she truly loves. She is a strong woman who has succeeded in the business world. It is possible she would be capable of such an act.
Always a possibility.
Stephen Lane.
A man so consumed by his zealotry, he has lost his position as a minister of God? The religious fanatic is indeed a man who could be driven to take it upon himself to personally destroy the evil he sees.
That is true. That is quite a good point.
Kenneth Marshall.
The jealous husband? Even the cool customer like Captain Marshall may have the fires that burn deep inside.
And there's the money motive too.
Yes, the background check of Scotland Yard should reveal if he has the reverses in business.
But yeah, he is acting quite cool.
Linda Marshall.
Again, empathy? To protect him from the woman who makes him the cuckold in the eyes of all the world? Already she is attracted by the unhealthy interests. Already she knows the violence that can strike without warning. Yet she would seem to have the unimpeachable alibi thanks to Madame Redfern.
That was a little off. Okay.
Christine Redfern.
On the face of it, the most likely suspect? The jealousy for her is the most immediate and intense. Yet she too would seem to have the unimpeachable alibi, according to Mademoiselle Marshall.
Patrick Redfern.
Again, an obsession that Arlena Marshall has decided to end? Their lover spurned? Yet where is the opportunity? His movements are witnessed by many, including myself, until he set off in the rowboat with Mademoiselle Brewster. Voila, there we have it then. Barring new evidence against any of those we have eliminated, there are 12 suspects. Some would seem to have no motive, others no opportunity. But at this stage, we must keep our minds open to all possibilities. You agree?
Absolutely.
Then when you are ready, we will return to Seadrift Island. It is late in the afternoon. In only hours, the truth will reveal itself and a killer will face the ultimate court.
Well then, I think I'll make this a shorter episode, and then play through the rest of the game, I think, on the next episode. I probably try to release them faster pace. I don't know. Anyways, I think I keep this shorter because, yeah, definitely we need to... I go check how much do I have left. A little bit. Wait a minute. Well, I really don't know how much I have left. I'm using Universal Hint System, and we are at August 25th afternoon. Then we have late afternoon, but I don't know how long they are.
Hastings, we are agreed Mrs. Castle may, as you say, attempt to do their bung? It would be wise to make sure she does not destroy the evidence against her.
Time for a raid on the safe?
Precisement.
Okay, we know what we need to do. How much do we have to do? Raid Mrs. Castle's safe, check the post office for response to your telegrams, complete all stopwatch timings. Anything new in here? No. No new documents. So I'm missing... Or am I? Well, we will have to find out. I might well go and check one thing. No. Because I'm debating, should I continue a little bit or not? Well, I might well continue at just a little bit. What am I supposed to do with these? Chambermaid, Bailey. I can't move them. Okay. I'll go forward just a little bit and do a little house cleaning this early start. And I might as well these on. So let's go and raid the save. I'll continue at just a little bit. So on the next episode, I hopefully complete this game. Because I learned that in the Murder of Orient Express, there was a quite long...
I think now would be an excellent time to...
Yes, I know, that's why we're here. Quite a long part where the Poirot told what has happened.
The signal lantern. It is missing. Why?
Well, she's giving signals, but let's take everything we can. Those are more important than the signal lantern, but that's also okay. We might as well go to the tower. Okay, can I talk to her?
Mademoiselle Gladys? Will you help me by answering some questions concerning the death of Madame Marshall?
Oh, yes, sir. I'll help if I can.
You were on this floor cleaning all morning?
Yes, sir. Just like every day. Clean, clean, clean.
Okay.
Did you see Captain Marshall at all this morning?
Yes, sir. He came up to his room not long after 10:30. I heard the sound of his typewriter a little later.
When was that?
Oh, I would say about 5 minutes to 11.
Okay. Typewriter. Come on. My pencil didn't work. Pen. Okay. Anyone else?
Did you see anyone else on this floor this morning?
No, sir. But I was cleaning the rooms, so while I was in one, anybody could have walked past.
That is true.
You cleaned Mademoiselle Linda Marshall's room?
Yes, sir. As always.
Did you do the fireplace?
There wasn't anything to do, sir. There had been no fire lit.
And there was nothing in the fireplace?
No, sir. It was perfectly all right.
So whatever there were came later.
Do you recall who had the late bath this morning?
Late bath? Oh, I know what you mean. I remarked to Mrs. Castle only a little while ago. I said that it was funny someone was having a bath. It was nearly 12 o'clock.
And who was it who had the bath?
That I couldn't say, sir. I heard the water going down the waste pipe. That's all.
And that's a clue, is it?
Of the utmost importance.
Yes, somebody took a bath. Okay.
Did you perhaps notice a bottle missing from any of the rooms?
A bottle, sir? What kind of bottle?
No, Hastings. The glass bottle found at the bottom of the rocky bath.
No, sir. I don't think I've ever seen that bottle before.
Thank you, mademoiselle. You may resume your duties.
Yes, sir? No more jars to open?
No. That is happily all in the past.
Okay. So right, that was my first plan, to go up here and see if I can see anything. We can get...
These are the binoculars.
I'm guessing no, but I'm... Oh! Interesting. So, what else do we see?
These are the binoculars. These are the binoculars most splendid.
Okay, so nothing else. No. Okay, we've done everything with that. Let's see. I'll check the rooms. Keep the ones over.
Hastings.
And anything? There's the... No, I can't check those anymore, okay. Alright, there's the...
I think this room belongs to Major Barry.
Good thinking. It does belong to Major Barry. Yeah, there's the Zodiac Puzzle inside the Linda's room, but I don't think we have anything that we can... We have no information to open it, if at least I don't think so. And nothing at all. Stephen Lanes, anything?
If I remember correct.
Yes, this is... Do we have anything new?
You must take me at my word, Hastings. That...
Okay. So nothing new, I think. I don't know if this is...
This room belongs to Mr. Blatt.
Mr. Blatt. I think we have... Have we been here? Oh, no. Yes, we have, but now there's the gun.
I say, Poirot. Not the usual kit for a gentleman sailor. A revolver, apparently owned by Horace Blatt. The revolver is loaded.
Okay. Yeah, we do know.
What's this? What are you doing in here?
I have been charged with investigating the murder of Elena Marshall.
I don't believe she was shot. Was she?
No?
Then kindly return my property to me.
Unfortunately, we have no choice, Hastings.
Okay, can I talk to you?
No more can be learned by disturbing him any further at the moment.
Right. We already knew that he was in possession of a gun because we found the gun oil. Well, at least. That's nothing else. No, I don't see anything here. He said something about the pipes. There are some pipes outside. Can I go to the bathroom? Yes, I can. Anything in here? No, it's totally clean. So nothing. Or did I? Yeah, I'm checking everything just to be sure. No, we still cannot check the trash. And no, there's nothing there. Kenneth Marshall. Ah, is that something new?
This looks important. I will keep it in my notebook.
Okay, let's see what we find. What did we find? Aha, letter to Kenneth Marshall. Kenneth Marshall, Osgood, Graham. My dear Marshall, sorry to worry you. Unforeseen situation, tender contracts. It appears somewhat optimistic in that, I'm afraid. As a result, the offer begins to appear soundly overinflated. I needn't tell you what the result will be. What the result will be should the value of an offering of this size, already well known throughout the city, prove to be less than investors have been promised. We're at a loss here as how to proceed. What do you recommend? Sincerely, Martin Anderson. Two typical examples of the 5 letters written to Kenneth Marshall and answers by him the morning of 25th. It seems pretty clear from dates and postmarks that he in fact did receive the letters in the morning and must have spent nearly an hour in answering them. The time necessary to travel from the hotel to Cutter's Cove and back again should be added to his check to check his alibi, okay? First must confirm, but back in immediately for leak to the press are growing suspicions of Cruikshank and his cronies, such as we will get to the bottom of any rumors that are flying about. This will cast a Boston and Swanback, Marshall, Osgood and Gantz in the role of concerned citizens looking out for their fellow investors. 5th, prepare portfolio of our less profitable investments, pretty them up and let it be known that should our suspicions prove justified, we will offer a series of far more attractive ventures to offset the disappointment the Burley and tender contracts may bring. This is basically nothing. And yeah, these prove apparently that he was writing, so that's good. Well, at least somewhat good. I thought there was fingers there, but nope. I think I've gone through everything in here. Oh, but yes, I have. Why did I do that? Anyways, I'll go right around outside and see what we can find from there. Hopefully I'm on the right side. Because there are some pipes. Do I need to do something on them? No. Apparently not. Apparently I was mistaken. Do I want to check the downstairs? We've been already there. This is empty. How about the lobby and the bar? Oh, hello.
Monsieur Redfern, may I impose upon you again?
Of course, Monsieur Poirot. My nerves are a bit steadier now.
Okay.
Monsieur Redfern, how long had you known Elena Marshall?
3 months?
I understand you met casually at a cocktail party?
Yes, that's how it came about.
Oh, okay.
Captain Marshall tells me that you and his wife did not know each other well.
That's not exactly true. I saw a fair amount of her one way and another.
Was your wife aware of your friendship with Madame Marshall?
I believe I mentioned to my wife I'd met her.
But she did not know how often you were seeing her?
Perhaps not.
Interesting.
Did you arrange to meet Madame Marshall here?
I suppose it's no good my fencing with you now. I was crazy about the woman. Mad. Infatuated. Anything you like. She wanted me to come down here. I would have agreed to any mortal thing she liked.
Did Madame Marshall return your regard?
She pretended to. But I think she was one of those women who lose interest in a man once they've got him body and soul. See here, I've told you the truth. But how much of this has got to be made public? If it all comes out, it's going to be pretty rough on my wife. I know. I may sound like the worst kind of hypocrite. But the real truth is, I care deeply for my wife. The other? It was a madness. Kind of idiotic fool thing men do. But Christine is different. She's real. Badly as I've treated her, I've known all along that she was the person who really counted. I wish I could make you believe that.
But I do believe it, monsieur. Have no doubt that I do believe it.
Okay.
Was Madame Marshall afraid if her husband learned the truth?
She was a bit nervous, yes. I'm not sure I'd go as far as to say afraid.
Was there talk of marriage between you and Madame Marshall?
No, never. Elena was perfectly satisfied married to Marshall. He's a well-respected businessman. She never saw me as a possible husband. I was just one of a succession of poor mutts. Just something to pass the time with.
And yet knowing this did not alter your feelings for her?
No.
Okay.
Had you an appointment with Madame Marshall this morning?
No. We usually met on the beach.
Were you surprised not to find her there this morning?
Yes, I was. Very surprised. I couldn't understand it at all.
Well, that is a little odd.
Can you think of a reason why she went to Cutter's Cove this morning?
I haven't the faintest idea. It wasn't like Elena.
Do you know of anyone in London who might have the grudge against her?
Honestly, I can't think of anyone.
Do you know anyone with the initials J.N.?
J.N.? You mean Jimmy Nash?
Tell me about him.
Well, Jimmy was just one of the crowd. A photographer. Took a splendid picture of Christine and me, as a matter of fact. But now that I think of it, I did hear he and Elena were an item at one time. Haven't seen much of him lately. I'd heard he got himself into some sort of trouble over money. He just dropped out of sight. Monsieur Poirot, if there aren't any more questions, I think I'd like to be with my wife.
Of course, monsieur. I think you will find that she would like that as well.
Okay, that's interesting. Let's talk to him.
Afternoon, sir. Care for a cocktail?
No, I thank you, Henry. May I inquire of your movements this morning?
Seeing to my duties as usual, sir. Cleaning up in here, checking stock, helping make the dining room ready for lunch. Mrs. Castle can vouch for me.
Merci.
Okay, I've decided. I'll go through this island. At least going through the island and see who I see and talk to them. And after that, I will end this episode. And yeah, I'm not going to go to the dungeons, caves on this episode, but I'll see if I get anyone I can see and talk to them. Nobody in here. And about this.
Tightly locked.
Okay. Anyone over here? No. Huh. Well, my great plan is going a little bit shambles at the moment, as I
What are you thinking?
can't see anyone. And what place I haven't timed yet, because I think I have been timing everywhere I can. As Poirot recommends that automatically. Oh, we can go to the... Let's see if we can just talk to her. No.
Thank you, my...
I don't want to go there yet. Because if we can have the thing that opens the cave, I would like to have that with me. Well, oh, this is a little awkward. Oh, I need to check the balconies also. Everybody's gone at the moment. It seems like it, yes. So my plan to talk to everybody on the island is not working. Okay, is anyone in here? Kenneth? Oh, Kenneth Marshall's room. We have been here. Arlena Stewart. Linda, is she here? Can I talk to her? No. Well, this is a bit awkward. My great plans just changed. I might as well then go back to the mainland and check the mail. Wrong. Wait, let's mix this up, apparently. So let's go to the mainland and see what we can find. Oh!
Poirot, is it true?
Oh, right.
Is she dead?
It is true, Monsieur Lane.
You remember our conversation yesterday about the reality of evil?
Colonel Weston has put me in charge of the investigation. There are some questions I therefore must put to you.
I understand.
Okay, movements.
Will you tell me of your movements today?
Willingly. Well, thanks to you, I spent a delightful day hiking over to St. Patrick in the Coombe. Started off round 8. The church is about 7 miles from here. A very pleasant walk up and down the Devon hills and valleys. I ate those sandwiches in a spinney. I visited the church. It has some fragments, only fragments, alas, of early glass. Also, a very interesting painted screen.
Did you see anyone? The vicar or the verger?
No, there was no one about, and I was the only visitor. It's a very remote spot.
Well, that's too bad.
Is there anything you heard or saw that can help us?
All I can tell you is this, that I knew, as soon as I saw her, that Arlena Marshall was a focus of evil. She was evil. Since Eve, woman has been man's downfall. She can drag him down to the level of the beast. Arlena Marshall was a woman such as Jezebel and Aholibah. Now she has been struck down in her wickedness.
No, not struck down. Strangled. Strangled, Monsieur Lane, by a pair of all too human hands. Monsieur Lane, why were you forced to leave your church in Brixham?
I told you. I became ill.
Press him, Hastings. Now. Did either Millie Parsons or Alice Corrigan belong to your church?
No, but I knew what they were. A man named Gideon Fell. An innocent schoolteacher hounded by police. He was a member of my flock.
Did you preach of Jezebel and Aholibah when Millie Parsons and Alice Corrigan were murdered?
The truth must be told. God's vengeance must be proclaimed.
Were you fired because of your beliefs?
I am not the first to be martyred for the truth.
I think that I have nothing more to say to you.
As you like.
Well done, Hastings. I think that if Monsieur Lane wishes to see the true nature of evil, he need only gaze into his own mirror.
Yeah, he's been sipping that Kool-Aid quite a lot. Anyways.
Hello? Need this
Yes, please.
Yes, please?
on me way. What a lot of police going back and forth. I guess it's true then. Murder's been done. I
All
it was
right,
that
we
actress
already
lady,
have
Arlene.
heard this, so we
I
can.
brought over Dr. Neeson and
Yes, we can skip this. Um, do you have this? Oh, hello there.
Ah, Major Barry.
It's true then? Mrs. Marshall has been murdered?
It is true.
Shocking. Most shocking. Of course, I can tell you after being in an Indian hill station, what you don't know about human nature isn't worth knowing. Matter of fact, this reminds me of a case in Simla. Fellow named Robinson. Was it Ramslan? Anyway, he was in the East Wilts, or was it the North Surreys?
Major Barry.
Doesn't matter, really. Quiet chap, you know. Went for his wife one evening in their bungalow, got her by the throat. She'd been carrying on with some fellow or other. By Jove, he nearly did for her too. Surprise us all. Quiet chap like that.
Right.
You see an analogy to this case?
Well, that is to say, never said anything about Marshall. Quiet, but a thoroughly nice chap. Wouldn't say a word against him in the world.
You insinuated that.
You were not at the hotel today?
No, wanted to do some telephoning. The post office here isn't very private, so I drove over to Kingsbridge. Had a bit of bother with the motor earlier on, but young Jenks patched it up, so off I went. Almost ran down that fool cat and dog on my way up the high street.
Right.
You were quite taken with Mrs. Marshall, were you not?
You know I was, man. Have the decency to let that drop, will you?
It is a case of murder, Major Barry. Poirot does not let anything drop. What time did you leave?
Just before 10.
Okay, convenient.
What time did you return?
Only just now.
The drive? It is that long?
Well, no. Bit embarrassing for an old campaigner like me, but I got lost. These confounded lanes, twisting and turning all over the place. Damn confusing part of the world.
And
Did you speak to anyone in Kingsbridge?
Want me to prove an alibi, eh? Saw about 50,000 people in Kingsbridge, but that's not to say they'll remember seeing me. Was there anything else?
Can you think of anything else?
Nothing. I'm out of it. Right out of it. My motor car is running like new, Mr. Jenks. Thank you.
My pleasure, Major.
well,
Thanks to you, Mr. Poirot. I found a winch handle for you. What do you want with a winch if you haven't a sailboat?
One must start somewhere, my friend.
okay. New plan. I'll check this leather comp area, get those papers and whatnot, and then we end this episode and go. Next episode we start going back to the island and whatnot. But Major could have. Okay, no. Too many names. Montague Barry got lost driving back from the Kingsbridge. Well, he could tell me who he was calling. That could work as a alibi, but I'm guessing it's gambling stuff. On mainland walking tour to weave ancient church. Jezebels and whores of Babylon and that sort of thing. Henry Bailey. Tending the bar. Let's see. First things first. I know we have reports, but I want to see if there's anything else he's missing. I'm guessing there's nothing left to do. But is there perhaps the autopsy report?
Ah, there you are, Poirot. What can I do for you?
Background checks.
Do you have the background checks on the suspects?
Yes, here they are.
And news.
Any news on Jimmy Nash, the photographer?
I haven't received the report yet, but your inquiry got Scotland Yard very excited about something.
I will be curious to hear what they find. That will do for now, monsieur.
Okay, so we got something. Let's check those through right now. Background check. Oh. Major Montague Barry, former army officer, retired 1932, able field commander, 2 reports of inappropriate attention directed towards several wives of fellow officers, no disciplinary actions taken, no criminal record. Well, that really doesn't surprise us. Horace Blatt, owner of Platt's Emporium, hardware and general goods store, successful enterprise since its opening in 1923. However, trade has fallen off in the past 2 years, and there are rumors the business may go under. Even so, Platt continues to lead a lavish lifestyle and appears to have the funds to support the same. No criminal record. Interesting. Emily Brewster, ballet instructor, North Brixham Conservatoire, former member of the Commonwealth Ballet Company. Severe hamstring injury cut short a promising career. Now a well-respected teacher, liked by students, no criminal record. Rosamund Darnley, well-known fashion designer, owner of Rosemont Ltd. The company is extremely profitable. Her designs are said to be stylish with just the right touch of flair and very popular in London at the moment. No criminal record. Oh, this is annoying. Oakley and Carrie Gardner, husband and former owner of and manager of the Whitehaven Theatre, a well-respected regional theatre in the Lake Country. The theatre began to suffer financial losses in 1931, and last year, after an aborted attempt to mount an expensive production of Chekhov's Three Sisters, the theatre was forced to close. No criminal record. Stephen Lane, former clergyman. Lane lost his living 3 months ago after a series of bitter sermons indiscriminately attacking the feminine sex outrage many of his parishioners. One charge of disorderly conduct in a public house last month was dismissed. Well, he do have some interesting problems. Captain Kenneth Marshall, investment banker and partner in the city firm of Marshall, Osgood and Gantz. Married to actress Alena Marshall. One daughter, Linda, from previous marriage. While personally reserved and quiet-spoken, Marshall has a reputation as a tough businessman who can become ruthless with anyone who he believes has crossed him. No criminal record. Patrick and Christine Redfern. Husband is an estate agent just beginning to establish himself in the area. Has been seen in the company of London's Smart Set. Recently seen about in the company of actress Alena Marshall. Wife has interested herself in local charities. No criminal records. Mrs. Hilary Castle. Castle is the woman's maiden name. In 1916, she was married in Germany to a Karl Frisch. Husband's current whereabouts are unknown. In January of this year, she was fired from her job as a manager of a small hotel in the West End after continually making comments sympathetic to fascist politics to guests. No criminal record. Gladys Narracott, chambermaid, Smuggler's Rest Hotel, has spent her entire life in Lethacom Bay. Hard-working, no criminal record. George Strum, bathing beach attendant at Smuggler's Rest Hotel. Many prizes for swimming while at school. Scheduled to shortly enter naval training. No criminal record. Henry Bailey, barman, Smuggler's Rest Hotel, originally from West Sussex, to arrest as a teenager for public nuisance and defacing of public property. Served 1 month in Borstal for the first charge, 3 months for the second. Okay, nothing too bad overall. So let's go and check the other reports. Hello.
Are there any telegrams for me?
I'll just check. Of course, sir.
Much obliged. A package received a Miss Porter in response on my telegram. Okay, apparently I needed to open that. Miss Linda Marshall, November 28th. Miss Virginia Price Waverley, January 3rd. Miss Doris Clapendon, December 13th. Mr. Haversham. What do I... Index cards from Miss Porter's package. Okay, do I have some... Oh.
How may I be?
I would like to send it.
Of course.
Did we get any? Okay. Okay, I hope this helps. My dear Monsieur Poirot, normally I would not hesitate to deny a request for information on my girls, either past or present. However, because I am well aware of your reputation as a champion of justice, justice because you are acting with the authority of one of the parents, and because I am still concerned for the fragile state of his daughter's mind, I will comply with your request that she should place such stock in numerology and astrology, and worse, makes me fear for her sanity. Oh, right, so sorry. Normally I would not hesitate to deny request. Okay, yes, obviously. Linda and her friends, Virginia, Doris, and Estella, were expelled after it was discovered by me that they were engaging in, and there is really no polite way of putting this, the practice of voodoo as found in certain backward and dissolute islands of the Caribbean. Their target was an unpopular teacher, to be sure, a Mr. Gideon Fell, teaching anthropology since discharge for incompetence. Yet instead of voicing their complaints to me, they chose this appalling method of attempting to exact revenge. I needn't add, I'm sure, that all of their efforts came to naught, other than that to have them summarily removed from my school. I have included the information cards on each of the girls. Should you require further particulars, please contact the girls or their parents directly. I'm sure you understand that to maintain the sterling reputation my school rightfully enjoys, I should like to put the entire shameful business behind me. Sincerely, Miss Eugenia Porter, Headmistress, Miss Porter School for Young Ladies. Okay. So do I need to use, I don't know, let's see. Letter from Barket and Applegood. Dear Monsieur Poirot, we are of course shocked and deeply saddened to learn of your client's death. As I understand, you are acting for the police in this matter. I have no hesitation in providing you with the information you have requested. Lena Marshall's career as an actress was an extremely lucrative one. Her husband, Kenneth Marshall, is the only beneficiary of her will. Her account stood until recently at a comfortable £50,000. Last week, however, she requested and received a bank draft in the amount of £10,000. The reason for the withdrawal is unknown. Okay, was somebody blackmailing her? But we do know his husband is also quite wealthy, or should be. But these, let's check. Oh, do I need to take their zodiac signs? Maybe. But that is for the next episode. As I said, I've done everything in here, and next we go back to the island, and apparently we are going to open the box and go into the caves, hopefully. So, I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I will see you next time. Until then, goodbye.